I always wanted to have an art style as a beginner artist. I wanted to have my creative identity, and I wanted my art to have a look and a feeling that made viewers of my art connect my pieces together. Just seeing a bunch of pieces and knowing they're from the same artist and they give out this same vibe, this same feeling. I think most of us artists crave this. Also from professional aspect, I saw artists that really had cohesive theme going on be more successful, not always, but most of the time. Instagram account that had like pages and pages of almost the same kind of painting usually have a lot of following. And with all of that, I got the idea that I had to create this image of cohesiveness and beauty, and for my art wall to reflect myself in a really beautiful way. Hello, I'm Jara and welcome to my art channel. Today we are talking about art style, and I just woke up. I made myself a cup of coffee just to keep me company while I'm talking to the camera with you this morning. So my artist self puts soul and creativity into my pieces, right? And it's a very intimate thing. Not everybody is strong and brave enough to express their creative ideas into this physical world and puts them on display so others can see them. And it's not just about the bravery and courage and creativity, it's also about the physical work and time invested. It's a lot of ourselves that we have to pour into our art if we want that kind of collection. It takes a toll on our physical body, and it takes a lot of time to master it or to learn and then to keep going. When I give a big chunk of my time and my labor and my thought, my creative idea into a wall of my paintings, I want it reflecting back to me. I want to see my past creative self. I want to see the artist that I am. I want to see where I have been while I've painted pieces. My past artistic selves put together in a cohesive wall of harmonious, simple look. Is that too much to ask? Well, unfortunately it is. I put this pressure on myself, and where there is pressure and high stakes, there is really almost no space for creativity. And I suffered a lot by not realizing that. The more I tried to do that, the more I tried to achieve this cohesiveness, the more I tried to achieve my own art style, the more my walls usually looked all mixed up and chaotic. And eventually I figured out that I had to put my ego and the pressure aside, and that I must find the trust in myself, that I had to trust that I have something unique about me that will come through my art without me thinking about it. And that is hard because I have problems with trust. I have control freak tendencies, and I really wanna manage everything myself. And for me to just relax and free flow and trust that there is something unique and not special, but that there is individuality in my artist self that will come through without me managing it and creating it, that was a hard thing for me to let go of. And I sometimes still have problems with this, not so much anymore, but sometimes I still feel bits of this wanting to control it. And with wanting to control it, there comes pressure. And when the pressure comes, at that point, the creativity goes. So I find that both cannot exist in the same space. And that includes all kinds of pressures that I had to let go of to create my cohesive body of work and enjoy my creativity with that. I had to let go of pressure of losing time, of losing art supplies, of being behind when looking at social media and seeing all these artists succeeding, the pressure of making money and surviving. Basically, there are a lot of pressure that want to come through and consume me still. And I have to every day try to let them go, because this life sometimes seems like a weird game. It's like so ironic. The more I try to do something, the slower it goes, and the more I trust and try to let go, the quicker and easier the process. So it's counterintuitive, and it's also the opposite of what is told to us, what we've learned. Hard work and dedication and really rationalizing stuff makes for a good results, and sometimes it does, but art is really, I think, unique field, and in my experience that does not work in art. So high pressure, high managing, high rationalizing, it only goes down from there in my experience of creating art. And when I looked at all the artists that were making the same thing over and over and over again, I thought that I will achieve the same results if I will paint the same thing over and over again. With my rational mind, I decided that. And I tried to paint only portraits back in the day. I try to paint landscapes. I try to stick to a cohesive color palette and landscapes, but I found that it made me miserable in the long run. And because it made me miserable, I changed it. So I was influenced by one artist more, and then I realized that painting portraits in this certain style made me miserable. And I moved on, and I was inspired by landscape artists. Or more artists, and I was trying to not really copy them intentionally, but just I was seeing an artist, they looked happy, they looked successful, and I was like, I will do this thing like they're doing it, because I want all these things that they're having. I want to be happy in my creative process, I want to be successful in my arts, I want to live from painting, so I'm gonna do it. But I never could, and my wall of art looked really chaotic at that times, because I was miserable painting, because that was not me. And this brings me to the word authenticity. Artists that I was looking at painted for a long time before, and they found themselves authentically in one subject, for example, or in one type of painting that really resonated with them, that really filled their hearts, and then they continued that. And I saw that from my beginner artist, young artist point of view, and thought, oh, they decided to paint this, and they are manufacturing basically what they're doing. I got it all wrong. I tried to compare myself and model myself by what I looked in someone who was doing that for a long time. I was trying to cut the road and go straight to where they are, and it didn't work, because everybody needs this authentic creative exploration before finding what they want to paint. And then they paint, and the cohesive wall of art comes naturally. And I'm sticking to that now because I experienced it. Integrity, authenticity makes great art, cohesiveness, theme, and art that reflects the artist most truly. And people can sense that. I can see that paintings that I have painted with most integrity are the most liked, usually. People are complimenting me, people want to put it on their walls. People just like integrity, the truth that comes from the artwork that can be sensed. Also, it's way more fulfilling. I think we a lot of times have this mentality, but we have to realize that it is just a belief that is actually not true. And it's like, I'm gonna suffer and make money, or I'm gonna enjoy and not make money. I think we got it all wrong. And I believe that this is a negative belief that is actually limiting us to have it all, to create what feels true to us and making money with that. I think it's very possible, and that our negative beliefs are blocking us on that way. If you believe that you have to suffer to make money, I believe that's gonna be true. And the opposite, if you believe that you can make what truly comes from you and that people are gonna pick that up and like it, and you are gonna make money with that, that is also true. So I believe that in broader sense, that beliefs with which we are looking out at this world are reflecting back to us. I find that being an optimist in those cases and really seeing the bright in it, really believing that I can have it all, actually makes everything way better and brings me closer and closer to what I truly want. So yeah. I believe that what will make your art cohesive, on theme, and what will make you develop this spontaneous, free-flowing art style is trying to put as little pressure on your art as possible. Even if it's the pressure from outside, try to not be as pressured in your head. Try to put the pressure out and try to go towards what makes you feel good to paint. Try to not look at other artists as much, at least not in a sense of getting heavily inspired by them, by their artwork. And just paint. You know what you want to paint. Your head knows it. Even if you don't know it, your head knows how it wants to express itself, or your heart, or however. Just paint, paint, paint. Try to put as little pressure on your art or the final product as possible, and try to really tap into this enjoyment of painting. And I believe that way you will quickly develop your art style. And art style is always developing. I'm just talking about cohesive body of work, that it is gradually through months and years, like changing with gradient, and you can still see your works and they look beautiful and cohesive. So don't seek a final product. Don't rationalize what you are doing. Don't put pressure on your art. Just try to enjoy it and try to really tap into this belief that what is most authentic to you, what you most enjoy, that is gonna bring you most success. Put away the belief that you have to do something you don't like in order to make money, that you have to paint something you don't like in order to be successful or make money or not waste art supplies, whatever it may be. I find that it's all the mind game. It's the mind game, and the better you manage to master your mind, the better the results are, and most importantly, the more fun you have, the more you enjoy the process of painting. And I hope this was a good advice. It came from the heart. I really truly believe everything I said. In this video, I am painting the tree called Heartsease and the cottage landscape named Cottage of the Soul. I'm really into greens right now. I love painting nature. I love painting landscapes. And I had these two smaller canvases laying around in my closet, and I just decided that I will paint something that I really like on them. Not worrying about how they will look at the end or if they would look cohesive together. It just happens. And yeah, they are gonna look good on my wall. I really love painting landscapes. I found that through the years of painting, and I'm really on this role of painting landscapes right now. Love painting grass, love painting greenery, so I will see where that takes me, but I'm pretty happy with where I am right now in my creative journey. I hope you enjoyed watching this painting process. I hope the information in this video will help you at least a little bit. I make new video every single week, so you can subscribe to this channel. Like this video if you liked it, because it helps me a lot. And you can check out my Patreon, where you can further support this channel. I make monthly exclusive videos, I make weekly studio updates, I talk about more personal stuff there usually, and I also mail physical rewards every month, so if you're interested, check it out. And also my art store Instagram, you know the drill, it's all down below in the description box. It's hard to be an artist sometimes. It's not easy, and I'm your artist friend here on the internet that understands the artistic struggles. But yeah, it's important to understand that they are mostly in our heads and that it is all a mind game. It's a mind work. The better we master our mind, more happier we can be in our creative process. And I really wish that for you. Free flowiness, happiness, and that you create something that you really like today, or this week, or whenever you're creating something, and that eventually you will have a big wall or whatever surface of your art that you will really like, and it will look cohesive. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you a really lovely day, and if you ever need some calm inspiration, I'm just a video away. Bye.